Welcome, race fans of the internet, to tonight's Talking Dirt TV broadcast of the Southern Outlaw Auto Racing Street Stocks tonight from the beautiful Bristol Motor Speedway here in Bristol, Tennessee. Now, tonight we come in, Matt, round number 6 to this series after quite a few really good races. Of course, you're only a two-time winner on the series season so far, is actually a three-time winner. That's Brian Hacker. Let's see if he can get it done tonight at one of the nicest half-mile tracks in America. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be your host, Ryan Williams. Joining me again tonight on the color commentary, none other than Mr. Matt Pridgeon. Matt, welcome into the broadcast here as we get set for a big night of racing here at Bristol.
Oh yeah, and one cool thing about what you were just talking about this being one of the nicest half miles in the nation, that's with and without dirt. Honestly.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And so to be at the top of both spectrums is pretty nice.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. This place, beautiful with dirt, beautiful with asphalt, whatever the fact, as we are qualifying currently with the Southern Outlaw Street Stocks. As that was weird. That just randomly started playing that noise. Anyways. Jeff Town, the quickest time here so far. He will be in action. Interesting here, Matt. We have got a Talking Dirt TV member on the Speedway now. He's 19th quick. James Murphy racing a little asphalt here tonight. Good to see James with us. As we've got, let's see who else is out here. I believe Zach Coyer on the Speedway. He comes to a stop 20th. And we got one spinning across the front stretch. The 48 of Brian Treadwell. He will be 28th. So 29 cars side in, or make it 30 with the addition of Nathan Wenzel, who did not come out to take a time. As we jump back to the over top cam. So it's Town at a 16-16, LeDuc at a 16-19. Al Britton, Stump, Hacker, your top 5. Dylan, Buck, Hall, Brown, Rutherford round out the top 10. His qualifying is coming to a close here, Matt.
Yeah, and I've seen a lot of guys getting loose there in the center of the corners during those practice laps and the qualifying laps there, but pretty tight times. You got a 169, 199, 2021, 22, 223, 223, 228, 228, 229, and it's just
everybody's right there.
I mean, you throw a napkin over it.
Yeah, exactly. You guys can see it right there. You guys can see it on the screen. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys at a 16.22 as far as the times go. So this is going to be an exciting race here at the last Great Coliseum. Super excited to get right into it here in a moment. But first, we are definitely going to have a B main here tonight. So top 20 lock in. The rest will race for the final 5 positions. And that'll be a 10-lap B main event coming up here very shortly, as there is the time expiration on qualifying. So 11 cars here in the B main. There they are on the left-hand side of your screen. David Gross, I believe Patrick O'Toole, Joel Hodgden, Jonathan Goodman, TJ White, Ryan Courier, Cody Demers, Brian Treadwell, Brian Toller, and Nathan Wenzel here in the B main event, Matt.
Yeah, it's shaping up to be a entertaining B main here. Sorry, my computer's wanting to act up a little bit, but
hey, all good, brother, all good.
Great.
So the 10 cars that are in it, do you make it in there? You got to factor out Thomas Engel. He is a non-participant here. That is the series admin. So here they go. I believe we're about to unleash them. Unleash the field here. Let's see. We're waiting on that cool down because, like I told Thomas before, he needs to be under a spectator mode, but he hadn't quite figured that one out yet, so we continue to wait until the time expires, which is a good opportunity, Matt, to talk about it. So far this season, I believe 3 different winners, but a 3-time winner as well. You had Hacker win round 1, Al Britton win round 2, then Hacker again, then Jeffrey Town, and then Hacker again. So it's been every other one for Brian Hacker so far this season. And remember last week after his win at Lanier, he said, "Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's going to happen again." So we'll see. He's coming from the back tonight, but Brian Hacker is mighty fast here at Bristol. We saw it last season, and I'm excited to see what this has in store. But just going back to those qualifying times, man, these guys are as close as it gets.
Yeah, and of course, I mean, it's a long race. We were running 80 laps tonight, so anything can happen within those laps.
Absolutely. And just real quick while we're waiting on them to grid up here, there is your qualifying results. Still, Matt, I know we didn't see him last week. I believe we're still missing Thomas Frisch. Yeah, still missing Thomas Frisch. So that is that's bad news bears there for the reigning and defending champion. So again, Hacker tonight has a winner's EOL, and the back row challenge that was present last week that James and another person took. Ricky LeDuc's actually going to take that one this week, so he will fall to the rear for the start of tonight's feature event. So there is your field, pacing behind the iRacing pace car here down the front straightaway at the Bristol Motor Speedway. There's a good look at all of these mighty machines. There's your front row, Gross and O'Toole. Your second row, Hodgson and Goodman. Your third row, Courier right there by himself. Then it's TJ White in the 84 car, Brian Treadwell, Cody Demers, Brian Toller, and Nathan Wenzel. All on the speedway here as we get set to take a green flag as they head down the back straightaway for the final time before we are racing for the first time tonight at the Last Great Coliseum here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. Well, let's see here what kind of a jump that Gross can get off to, because that is a driver there that has been so good in these big man events, making it to the mains. We saw him be really good on dirt last week. As the green flag flies, we're racing for the first time here down the front stretch into turns 1 and 2, Matt.
O'Toole going to try to hang it on there on the outside, but not able to quite keep it on the side of the 41. So he's going to fall back in line, try to dip it under there, under the quarter panel, just not close enough. Gross going to roll it through the middle there.
Absolutely. Gross, your leader by about a 3-car length advantage right now. There's a battle going on for fourth right now between the 13 of Goodman, the 18 of Demers. I believe TJ White's falling all the way back to the back because we got a big pile up there in turn 3, Matt.
Yeah, they went 3 wide there, and there goes the caution. They went 3 wide there, and I just don't think the guy on the bottom knew there was a guy up top, and I don't think the guy up top knew there was a guy on the bottom.
Possibly not, as you had the 18 and the 13. You see them get together there, and then contact between the 3, the 2, the 03 gets into it, 84 gets into it, everybody gets into it. Everybody catches a piece behind O'Toole and Gross, the only two that do not have any damage. I believe Hodgson avoided it, but the 3 machine of Courier, the 03 of Wenzel, the 84 of White, the 18 of Demers, the 2 of Toller, everybody has a piece of it. Now that 18 car struggling to get to pit road there as we work a couple of caution laps here on the speedway. Oh, that's a pretty cool little camera shot there as we continue to work some pace laps. So far so good for David Gross. I hyped him up a little bit at the start of this one, and yeah, so far so good. Has led all 4 laps that we've completed thus far as we work our way towards 5 to go, and I believe that's where we are going to restart this B-main event, Matt.
And they're coming around, and the pace car should be dipping off any second. There she goes, and then whenever Gross feels like it, he can take off. And now he's going to get a good jump on that restart. The 35 going to try to stick it on the bottom there in 1 and 2 underneath the 44 of O'Toole.
Absolutely, as they race into turns 3 and 4 there. You'll see him come out of 4 here. Gross with a nice little lead over the rest of the field as they race now into turns 1 and 2. 4 laps to go here, Matt. As Gross, O'Toole, Hodgson, and Courier now battling for third.
Yeah, and we also got a battle going on for the final transfer spot. TJ White's currently riding in that 5th position, but the 03 of Nathan Wenzel right on his quarter panel. Brian Tyler not too far behind him. So 3-car battle for this transfer spot with 3 laps to go. Oh, Tyler into Wenzel there. And Tyler's going to spin it on out. Think we're going to stay green, though.
We are going to stay green for now, so we'll go back to that once we are done with this race. I was trying to get a couple of in-car shots there for Mr. David Gross, but we continue to race here. 1 lap to go tonight in your B-main event. Gross, O'Toole. Gross a half a second lead, then his Courier. Hodgson, White right now with the final transfer spot is off of turn number 4. David Gross will in fact win it. He will go to the A-main event. Then it's O'Toole, Courier, Hodgson, and White across here. Those are the 5 cars that will go to tonight's A-main event. Congratulations to all 5 of those individuals. How about the old dirt driver, TJ White, making tonight's main event? Pretty exciting stuff for that young man there, as that will bring an end to tonight's B-main. So, your official starting lineup for tonight's A-main event. Let's pull it up on screen now. As we see the front 2 here, they will both drop to the tail. That's Jeffrey Town and Ricky LeDuc. So, starting from the pole in the number 1 machine, it'll be Austin Albritton, representing All Seeing Motorsports. Outside of him, starting second, it'll be the number 98 Empire Racing Team's own Chris Stump. Row number 2 on the inside, it'll be also representing the Empire Racing Team, the number 11 3-time winner on the season, Mr. Brian Hacker. And the number 7 on his outside, it'll be Daryl Dillon. Actually, I do believe, let's see here. Okay, so Town does not take the winners EOL, or the Town does not take the back row challenge. He'll start on the pole, excuse me. So mix everything I'm saying up. LeDuc's the only one going to the back. I just got informed of that one there. Hacker will go to the back because he was your winner last week. So taking Hacker's place is Kyle Buck. Then outside it'll be Michael Hall in the number 5. Starting behind them on the next row back, I believe that'll be row number 4. It'll be Daniel Brown in the 33 car. Andrew Rutherford in the number 10. That'll be Justin McDuff, Reed Christensen. And then following them, let's bring up the next row here. Elliot Vining and Brandon Zachary. Then it's Rodney Huntoon, Dylan Sale, Alan Carter, and Justin Bankowski. James Murphy in the 65 car, Zach Coyer to his outside. Then it'll be David Gross, Patrick O'Toole, Ryan Courier, and rounding out the field all by his lonesome, the Jedburgh Jet, TJ White here, running a little bit of asphalt on the iRacing services, excuse me. So we look back up front. There is the 70 of Town down on the inside, the 96 of LeDuc on the outside, Matt. Long race here tonight, 80 laps at Bristol. Do you think that these guys have what it takes to pull off a miracle here and go from back to front?
Yeah, I mean, this track's pretty wide and it's pretty racy. So, I mean, there's going to be a lot of good racing action going on and a lot of people changing positions and all that stuff. But I think they got a good chance, and I think we might see. I'm hoping we see less cautions than what we had last week.
Yeah, absolutely. And last week, hopefully it was a fluke. Hopefully it was just because a lot of these guys do not race on dirt a whole lot. That's kind of what I'm chopping it up to there. But like I said, I keep skipping on this. Town does not take the front row challenge. He'll stay up there now alongside Stump. It's Albert and Dillon on row number 2. Looks like Kyle Buck, Michael Hall, Daniel Brown with Rutherford to his outside. Then McDuff, Christensen, Vining, Huntoon, Zachary and Sale, Carter and Bankowski, Murphy and Coyer, Gross and O'Toole. There's Courier and Hodgen. TJ White in 23rd. Then it's Hacker and LeDuc to round out the field here tonight as we take that 1 to go to green, 80 laps the distance here from the Bristol Motor Speedway as we get set for round number 6 of the Southern Outlaw Auto Racing Street Stock Season number 3, Matt.
And it's, like I said, shaping up to be a good one. I'm excited to see this one take the green flag here. That's what we're about to do now. Pace car is off. Jeffreytown is on the gas pedal.
Jeffreytown is on the gas pedal, Matt, as we race down into the turns 1 and 2. Town's got a little bit of lead over Albritton. Stump with a slow start on the outside. Contact between he and Kyle Buck. Buck down on the inside. Now it's the 7 of Daryl Dillon that was up there pestering the backside of Chris Stump's number 98. Back up in front of them, Buck. And, oh, contact. Buck around, McDuff around. As that is sure to trigger a caution here. Or maybe not, as we stay green flag racing. Got a couple more. Yeah, got a couple more changing spots here. Vining was up a spot, then lost one. Sale already up 6 spots. Looking back towards the front. Everybody's starting to single file out here. But then you find a couple of battles. Daniel Brown, Daryl Dillon right there, 7 and 33 going at it. Right behind them, Matt, the 8 and the 5 were as well. But McDuff has since cleared the 5 of Michael Hall.
And your Brian Hacker, he's already back up into the 16th position. And Ricky LeDuc's right up behind him in the 17th position. The next car in front of Hacker is James Murphy.
That's exactly right, as Daryl Dillon. We're riding on board with him right now, as he's got a challenge down to the inside. Let's take it back up. It'll be the 33 of Daniel Brown to the inside. They're battling for the 3rd and 4th spot here. Is Brown on the bottom. Dillon able to clear him off the corner, as now he reels in the number 1 machine of Austin Albritton. Don't forget, guys, we have a leader, and it's Jeffreytown. 0.7 second lead right now for the number 70 machine, as he's looking money so far here tonight. Let's go back to a couple of battles. Rutherford, Zachary, Dillon. Whoa, we got one around the 5 of Michael Hall. Caution, flag will fly.
A little bit of contact with him and Reed there.
Yeah, that one came out of absolute nowhere. Did you see there the 30 machine of Reed Christensen tries to go to the inside here? Well, Reed might have pushed, or there might have been a little net code. Yeah, that was big contact. Sale Vining gets into it. And I believe that is everybody here. As yeah, that was Michael Hall going around at the very end.
And then Michael Hall was trying to get back going straight and ended up pulling out right in front of Daniel Brown.
Oh, no, not Danny Brown.
Yeah. He
running in 4th, too, man. That absolutely sucks there.
Let me go up close and let's see if he got any damage off of that. I'm sure he did.
We'll even do this right here and go back and see.
Oh, yeah.
See Danny getting into it. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. Let's zoom it in here to look at this damage for. Oh, big damage. That's a hard lick. That's a really hard lick there for one Daniel Brown in the 33 car. He's going to have to pit. He's going to have to pit with that. He's got to know that the front of that number 33 machine is all crumpled up. Oh man, he's got to know that thing is hurting.
Or there's only one quick repair. So does he wait to use it?
I think you will.
It's very early in the race.
Well, that's the thing with the series. In normal competition, I would say go in and sit there and get damage done that way. But laps count here. You can't really do that because you will go a lap down.
Right.
So in that thinking, I kind of agree with what he's doing, but man, that's a lot of damage to try and contend and keep a top 5 position until another caution.
Yeah, it sure is. But I agree. If I was in his shoes, I would probably do the same thing there. So let's restart there on the outside of the second row.
Excuse me, I'm just enjoying the last little bit of my dinner. Taco Tuesday around these parts, and I made probably the best chorizo and beef tacos that I have ever made in my life. These things are absolutely insane. If you guys haven't tried them, I'll post it on I'll send you to TikTok, Matt. You got to try these one day. The best tacos I've ever had in my life. But it looks like on the Speedway, as I'm enjoying my lunch or my dinner, We're about to take the one to go to green finally as the field looks to double up here at the flag stand, and there go the lights on the top of the iRacing pace car. Matt, the story so far, Jeffrey Town picking up right where he left off a couple weeks ago. He's looked absolutely dominant so far here tonight.
Yeah, and Brian Hacker, this restart just starting right outside the top 10 in the 12th position.
Well, speaking of one inside the top 10 that's moving here, Justin Vankowski in the 91 car got a little strike of luck there and stayed out of that incident as the pace car's off the track, and the 70s on the loud battle green flag will fly. Al Britton better restart this time. We'll see if he's able to stick with him as Dylan Brown continue to battle, but Danny Brown off the pace in the 33 car just slightly as he's getting reeled in already by Justin McDuff and Andrew Rutherford. Remember Andrew Rutherford, Matt, last Tuesday night, that tremendous run that he had at the dirt track at Lanier, where he won the B main event, started 21st, and made it all the way into the top 5. So I'm excited to see what he's got in store for us over the last 65 laps of this race. Behind him, though, there's a nice little battle brewing. Alan Carter, Rodney Huntoon, Brian Hacker. As there's contact between Huntoon and Carter. Carter goes low, Huntoon on the top shelf, as Andrew Rutherford working his way right now around the injured Daniel Brown machine, as now here comes that number 8 of McDuff as well, Matt. That body damage starting to hinder the number 33.
Well, I'm not too sure if it's body damage or if it's the fastest line of the track, because you see a little bit further in the pack, that outside line's gaining an advantage on the inside.
Yeah, the outside definitely starting to be the place to be, but still, that body damage is definitely hindering it. He's just getting caught faster than anybody else on this racetrack. Is right behind them. You see Brandon Zachary holding off the number 38 machine of Carter. He'll lose another spot now. Outside of him was, I believe, Ricky LeDuc in number 96. There's your back rowers right there, Matt. There are your back rowers. Oh, 96 into the wall there. Speaking of him, and something happens there for Ricky LeDuc. Tough break. He will try to rebound. But Brian Hacker, who said he was no good at this racetrack, right now, Matt, into the top 10. He rides in the 8th spot.
Al Britton challenging Town for the lead here. He's showing the nose going into the corner. Town's kind of giving him a little room, but Al Britton just not able to get down in that underneath him on that bottom lane. Now he's going to peek up under him. He's under his quarter panel. He's under his door panel. They are side by side coming out of turn 2. Town going to get the advantage coming off of turn 2 and into turn 3.
And out of turn 4 they go. Town still got an advantage here. That outside is probably the preferred line at this moment in the race, as we're 22 down of 80. Al Britton still trying to pressure the inside. Nothing working for him. He'll fall back in line. Caution flag. Ryan Courier up against the inside guardrail there. Let's see if we can figure out exactly what happens here. Let's watch this last lap here. There's Courier, the 41 machine, up on his outside. Oh, yeah. Oh, Matt, that's not good. That stemmed from the 33 of Danny Brown. So let's see here. Was he... I can't tell if he was just, a good bit slower than the field is. The 3 of Courier just runs up on him. It looked like Danny might have been trying to get down to pit lane at that time, as he just, braked it in front of just about everybody. 84 gets a piece, 44 gets a piece, 49 gets a big piece. And for Brown, I believe that might actually been the end of his race, because it did. I don't know if you see it, Matt, but it looked to me like the motor may have popped on that number 33 machine during that incident. And if it did, that's going to signal the end of his night.
Well, I do know these motors can smoke without being popped, but hopefully that's not the case here. Is he still in the pit?
He is.
That probably did end his night. Let me go back and look.
So Matt's going to look at that and see if he sees a pop motor. Here's another car that's coming into the pits to fix some damage there. The the Outlaw TDTV, Outlaw Racing Association, number 30 there for Reed Christensen. He's in the pits. TJ White's in the pits. Courier still on the racetrack. Vining in the pits in the Lowe's Home Improvement number 49. O'Toole just now exiting the pits in the 44. The number 5 machine of Hall a lap down. The 12 of Sale a lap down. Danny Brown still in the pits. Let's see, Zach Coyer not on the Speedway. As we continue to work this caution.
I think he just decided to tow. I think he called it a night. I don't know. We might see him back out later. Might not.
Well, either one is possible here as the caution lights on the pace car here are still on. We're going to take at least one more pace lap. Second caution of the night for the Southern Outlaw Auto Racing Series, the street stocks at the Bristol Motor Speedway. And Matt, that last green flag run did let me know that when push comes to shove, Austin Albritton definitely has something for Jeffrey Town here at Bristol.
Oh yeah. I mean, Town gets those jumps on the restarts, and he's able to create a little bit of distance between him and Albritton. But on those long green flag runs, I'm guessing that Albritton will be able to run him down. So maybe we get to have a longer green flag run this time and see a battle happen. Battle for the lead.
So as we hit the lap 27 mark, about 12 shy of halfway when we restart this race, we get the one to go to green for Town, Albritton, Rutherford, Dillon, Bankowski. Now your top 5 up, 13 for Justin Bankowski. Keep that driver in mind as this race progresses here, Matt. As the pace car dips off, we are going to go green flag racing. As the number 70 on the loud pedal, we're going to watch him sail into turns number 1.
Albritton able to keep Town a little bit close there, but Daryl Dillon right on Albritton's bumper, gonna slide up a little bit coming off the corner, and Andrew Rutherford is going to be able to get underneath the 7 of Daryl Dillon.
Absolutely. We look back at him, Rutherford on the inside of Dillon here. That's a battle for position number 3. Dillon right there on the outside. There's Rutherford to the inside here. Back behind them, everybody just about single file, minus a couple of battles. Bankowski, Hacker on the bottom of him. Huntoon with the 16 of Brandon Zachary on the bottom of him. And now Ricky LeDuc trying to get back into the make zeros. He goes up underneath Alan Carter, clears him off of turn number 4. That's a good look at these cars coming at you. Too wide down the front stretch. Matt, we got a battle for the lead.
Yeah, Albritton able to stick his nose up under Town coming off of turn 4 last lap, and he was able to get the bottom lane going into turn 1. Now we still see their door-to-door still, and now we're getting a little bit of pressure from the 7 of Dillon.
Yeah, we're getting a little bit of a tease at some 3-wide racing as they head into turn number 3 here. Dillon was on the outside. Town out front still, not by much, as there's contact between the 1 and the 7, and now Andrew Rutherford's in the mix. 4-car battle for the lead, Matt, down the backstretch.
And it looks like that little pack behind the top 4 is starting to catch up with them too, so likely more drivers to come and, you know, be in position that if something were to happen, they could probably take the lead.
Absolutely, as we race down the back straightaway here. You see the advantage that Town has been able to get now. 0.2 or so seconds. As he races through turn number 2, Albritton, Dillon, Rutherford, everybody about separated evenly here until you get back to McDuff, Hacker, and Huntoon, with Bankowski still there, LeDuc right behind him, Alan Carter rounding out the top 10 here, Matt. So good run for all of those gentlemen. Let's check on a couple of mainstays here. Murphy riding at the back of this pack. He's currently in 16th. There's Hodgson right in front of him. Battle between Buck and Stump. Those two still going at it for position number 13. David Gross in the 41 car. Brandon Zachary in the 11 car, or in the 16 machine in 11th right now. And now it's LeDuc and Bankowski battling for position Leduc on the outside. Ooh, contact. Bankowski into Leduc. Leduc gets the better of him and gets by him down the front stretch.
And it looks like that bottom again's really not where you want to be. You saw Bankowski get passed by Leduc there, and now Brian Hacker is stuck on the bottom. And McDuff's trying to work around him with the 47 right behind him, Rodney Huntoon.
Yeah, 47, Rodney Huntoon right there as well. 96 of Leduc was on the bottom trying to make something happen. Nothing for him right now for Ricky Leduc, who took that back road challenge to start this one out. Let's take a look back up front, check on your leaders. Town over Albritton by about 0.1 seconds, about a half a car length advantage here as we cross the halfway point into lap number 41. Dillon still within arm's reach here as we work down the backstretch. Rutherford also within arm's reach of your top three. This has all the makings of an instant classic here as Brian Hacker works on McDuff again for the top five. He'll finally drift high. There's contact between he and the 47 of Huntoon. Huntoon got into the back of Hacker there as he put it on the nose. And we continue to race into turn number 3 here. No harm, no foul between Huntoon and Hacker.
And not really much double wide. Well, now we got a few cars going double wide. There's McDuff and Leduc going to choose the bottom. Hacker and Huntoon on the top with Bankowski up on that top line too. Gross and then the 05 of Kyle Buck also choosing that bottom line.
Absolutely. As you see a bit of sparks flying from a bunch of these cars through the corners here, might be rubbing the racetrack just a little bit. Not exactly what you want here, but if you look in close, a lot of these cars, sparks flying through turns 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here at Bristol. Just something to kind of keep in the back of your mind as we continue on in this race. The advantage now at about a car length for Town as Albritton continues to apply pressure. Dillon fading, Rutherford fading, Hacker trying to catch him here. He's up to 5th from the back row. Leduc up to 8th. Bankowski right there in the 91. As we kind of single file out here, the only one really running that bottom lane of the track right now is Alan Carter in the 38. Oh, there's contact. Carter into the wall, Matt. Carter into the wall. Contact was on the 16 of Brandon Zachary.
So the 16's the one that got in the wall?
No, contact was with the 16 of Brandon Zachary. 38 of Carter gets into the wall there. Down the back straightaway now. They're back single file here, but Gross pushing the envelope on the inside, and that's a good run there for David Gross, but he gets way sideways. He'll slide up into the 16, and now Gross going to lose the spot on the bottom, but he's got it cooking through 1 and 2 there. If only he can just keep it on the bottom, losing a lot of momentum down the straightaways, having to check up to avoid getting into the 38 of Alan Carter, but this time makes it sticking there even at the line into 1 and 2.
Ryan, every time we do these races, there's one guy you can never count out, no matter where he's at, no matter where he starts or what. He is currently now riding in the 4th position, just past Andrew Rutherford for, like I said, 4th, the 11 of Brian Hacker, who's also tracking down the 3rd place of Daryl Dillon.
Absolutely, and if he wants to get back to victory lane, he's got around 28 laps to do it here. So he's kind of, this is about make or break time. He's got to hit the loud pedal if he wants to get there. And right now he is doing exactly that. Brian Hacker on a mission to get to the front. He's reeling Dillon in by about, about 3/10 every single lap, as you see here. He's just reeling him in down the back straightaway, Matt.
Yeah, now Rutherford's getting some pressure applied by the 47 of Huntoon, who's also got Leduc on his inside quarter panel. So got a 4-car battle for the 5th position.
Yeah, not to mention Bankowski on the top there in the 91. So far, your hard charger. But now David Gross trying to match him. Gross, he's up 11. Bankowski's up 12. If Gross can get by McDuff, he'll match him at plus 12 for tonight's feature. as David Groves currently rides at the end of the top 10 in 10th. Chris Stump's right behind them. Then it's Buck, Zachary, Murphy, James with a pretty good run here on asphalt. Good job to him so far tonight, as he is trailing Buck and Zachary there. We take the cameras back up front. Your race leader now has a nice advantage. That's Jeffrey Town over Austin Albritton, about a 1 second advantage now as we work into 24 laps to go here, as the battle between Rutherford, Leduc, Bankowski, Huntoon continues now. Single file, though.
Yeah, and Brian Hacker had a great pass on Dylan there. He gave him a ever so slightly little nudge, just enough to move him up half a car width, and he was able to dive up under him coming off of turn 4 a couple laps ago. But now, like I said, riding in third position. They could probably use a caution, but they're still, right at 20 laps to go.
Absolutely. Anything can happen. He might just be playing a little bit of possum right now, riding around, saving the tires for a late race charge. He might have also already used up his tires, and Town might have been playing him. But there's one thing to say. That Jeffrey Town, that is a bad man right now in the number 70 car, and so is Brian Hacker, as he's now passed Daryl Dillon for third. By far fastest car on the racetrack, Matt. Just look at it. Minus Town. Let's see here. Yeah, Town's still a little bit faster. Town a 16.82. Hacker a 16.87 that last time by.
And now Jeffrey Town's starting to run up on a little bit of lap traffic. It's just one car, though, so probably won't hold him up too much. I just heard a car slam into the wall. I don't know if that's a car actually crashing or the car slamming into the track, causing all the sparks coming up.
Well, let's see what happens here with James Murphy. James was riding behind the number 16 machine, going down the backstretch here. And does he just give it up and pull down and pull in? What happens to James Murphy? Oh, James just blew up, Matt. Wow, James just blew up.
Confirmation, he just texted me, blew it up.
James Murphy just blew up his engine, so he is now done for the evening here. As we'll kick it back live. Ooh, that Heartbreak Hotel check-in. Mr. James Murphy was running in 15th at the time, and before the motor expired on the number 65 car, as Hacker starting to reel in Albritton now. But Matt, I honestly do not think that he has enough time to catch Jeff Town, and he's probably driven a little too hard here, because Town continues to put distance between the 1 and the 11 right now.
Yeah, he's tracked down this one car of Albritton pretty quick. But like you said, if this race goes green, there's just I don't see it happening. But like you say, anything can happen. It's Bristol, baby.
It's Bristol, baby. That's for dang sure. As the 11 goes to the inside, we got a battle for second. Here comes Hacker on the bottom. Albritton right there on the top in the Kobe Bryant throwback, I'll call it, because that's exactly what it looks like. Looks like the Mamba machine here, as Hacker has an advantage coming down the backstretch. But Albritton with a run off the top. These two going to lock horns. They're going to go at it pretty hard here for the second spot, and this is exactly what Jeff Town needed, as he has put about a 1/10 of a second on both of these guys since they started battling, and now they've got to contend with the 38 of Carter, as Carter stays high, hits the wall, keeps it in the wall to avoid contact with both of these men. But that unfortunately spells disaster for Albritton as he loses spot number 2, Matt.
And it looks like lap car's starting to come into effect here, but Jeffrey Town's got some pretty smooth sailing here for at least a little while. He's got a few cars about about a straightaway ahead of him.
Well, we've got 9 laps to go, just looking through the rest of the field here. Rutherford, Bankowski, Stump, Huntoon, all under our blanket right now. That's 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. Back a little ways, Zachary And let's see here. That's a lap car. That's TJ White in the 84 on the bottom. They're not racing for position. A little further back, there's McDuff, Buck, Christensen, Courier, Hodgson, and Vining. The cars on the lead lap here. Or excuse me, Hodgson and Vining not on the lead lap. As Jeffrey Town works his way towards them. 7 laps to go. Going to be 6 to go. This time by here at Bristol. As Hacker, too little, too late right now. As Town's putting a little bit of distance on him as we continue to work into lap traffic.
Yeah, and they're still just cutting so much similar times. I mean, David Gross, up there too with his last lap time. Then you got a couple that are about a tenth slower than them, but these guys are pretty fast right now. If a caution were to come out, it'd be a great race for the win, but it looks like everybody, pretty much. I'm gonna say, I mean, they're racing clean today, so I don't see a caution coming out.
Yeah, I don't either. But just speaking of David Gross, right now up 15 spots there in car number 41 as we cross 4 laps to go for the driver of the number 41 car. There's a look behind him, but here's a look in front of him as he battles right now with the 7 of Daryl Dillon. Ooh, caution! Caution, Matt, caution!
I need to hush my mouth.
Holy cow, the wrench has just been thrown into this race as we've got to look at what happens here to Brandon Zachary as the caution flag comes out at the most inopportune time for your race leaders. Now, we're going to kick this one in slow-mo and catch every piece of it. The 91, the 38, the 98, they all get together. 98, 91, make contact. 98 into the outside wall here. Where does the 18 come in? The 84 of White pushes to the bottom. We were 4 wide for a moment. 98 of Stump tried to get back down to the bottom. There was contact between he and the 16. Those two drift off. 47 and 84 make contact. As those two look like they stay together. And then we look back at the 16 of Zachary after contact with the 98 of Stump. Spins it around and into the inside wall there for the number 16, Brandon Zachary. So, Matt, you jinxed us. 3 laps to go. Going to be a green-white checker shootout here with the Southern Outlaw Street Stocks. And all right, Matt, it's betting time. Who are we taking here in the final 2 laps?
Oh, let's see. I'm going to take the man that crosses the line first.
I can't do that. Can't do that.
Man, I got to go with Brian Hacker. I'm sorry. Jeffrey Town, he's drove a great race, but Brian Hacker, man, he's fast.
Hacker is fast.
But I will say, Jeffrey Town is not going down without a fight, though.
Absolutely
I know that
not.
for sure.
Yeah, I do think that Town has saved enough that as long as he hits his marks, probably has this one in the books. But I'm going to go long shot here. I believe that Austin Albritton has saved just enough that he'll be able to come in here and at least make this a 3-car race for the win. As you see all these guys trying to cool their tires down. You see them that go down to the bottom there, Matt. The racing groove up top, it's super duper hot right now. Oh man, it's probably, let's see if it's displayed on the race info here just how hot this track is. It does not. I wish I could actually see that. That would be pretty interesting. But this track probably as hot as a grease fire, and these guys down on the bottom in that cool cement down there trying to cool off these tires before one last green flag run to end this race off here. As yeah, man, Jeffrey Town has been hard to beat this season, but that man's done it 3 times. Let's see if he can do it yet again. But hey, don't count out Ricky LeDuc. Ricky LeDuc, a guy who went to the back at the beginning of this race as well, Matt. We forget all about him, but he's now back in the mix, riding in 4th.
Yes, he is, and it looks like Town's going to choose the outside here, but I do want to say it does say that the track temperature is 82 degrees Fahrenheit.
That was at the beginning of the race.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know if that's what it is right now, though.
Yeah, absolutely not. The way that these track work as as hard as these guys have been racing, it's got to be, you know, in the mid 100s probably, as hot as those tires get with all that friction and stuff. But yeah, man, I'm excited. This is going to be a great green-white checker to a finish here at Bristol. As the pace car comes off, Town and Hacker, get out the cameras, Grandma, because we got a good one coming at you at Bristol. Oh, wow.
Not the best restart for Hacker there. Albritton gonna get around him on the inside through turns 1 and 2. Hacker able to hang on to the quarter panel of Albritton, but just gonna, I know they're gonna stay. Hacker with the momentum coming off of turn 4.
Well, it definitely looked like Brian Hacker spun the tires on the restart there. I'll have to ask him when this one is done. Is Town into 3 out of 4? Jeffrey Town will win it here at Bristol. What a run, led flag to flag. Second was Hacker. Third was Leduc. Albritton comes home in the 4th spot. How about this, Matt? Top 5, up 16 spots for David Gross after winning tonight's B-Main. What a race for David Gross. Hard charger, to say the least. Daryl Dillon 6th. Rutherford 7th. Let's see here. Bankowski 8th. Buck 9th. Stump 10th. And I round out your top 10 on the Speedway. But congratulations go to that man right there, the number 70 car, Jeffrey Town, as he puts it on him here tonight at the Bristol Motor Speedway.
Nice little donuts there by Jeffrey Town.
Absolutely. Nice donuts indeed. Nice donuts indeed, as we try to get in here to have a word with tonight's race winner. Let's see if we can pull him all the way up here. He's all the way down here in a team chat. Let's see. Let's see if we can pull Mr. Jeffrey Town all the way up into the broadcast booth with us here. As there he is, the man himself leads flag to flag tonight at the Bristol Motor Speedway for round number 6, collecting his 2nd win of the season. Mr. Jeffrey Town in car number 70. Jeff, man, take me through this one because you looked absolutely dominant there. Albritton gave you a run early, but overall it looked like you were able to save your stuff just enough and pick and choose what line to run exactly when you needed to.
Yeah, I kind of knew that this track was going to start out on the bottom when the tires were fresh. So I ran the bottom for a little while, kept looking in the mirror and seeing he was coming slowly, which I was trying not to push it too hard. As soon as he got to me, I knew if I let him take the bottom, he would just kind of eat his tires up. So I jumped to the outside and cruised along, and I was able to save the tires. It got pretty tight there towards the end, but yeah, we were able to hang on to it.
Yeah, save the tires just enough there to have a great run for that green-white checkered. You stretch it out as far as, 3 seconds there, come home with a big win tonight at Bristol. Now, let's see if I can pull up the schedule here because this one gets interesting. Remember, you'll take that winner's EOL next Tuesday night as we head back dirt racing, Volusia Speedway Park. How do you kind of feel as we head to, the second half-mile dirt track we've been to this year, but also one of the most fun places to race at Volusia, but starting from the back, you got to feel got to seem a little treacherous there as we head down to Florida.
Absolutely. I'm still working on dirt. It seems to be every time I have to take that EOL, it seems to be a dirt track, unfortunately. But last week I was able to work my way up to 4th, I believe. And then, so I guess we'll see what happens. I just, you got to take it kind of slow on dirt. Dirt, you got to chase the track more than just the drivers. So I'm slowly learning that. You got to stay on the groove. Dirt street stocks, they're a little more versatile as far as that. You're able to drive through the slick a little more. So we'll see what happens. I'll just, like I said, take it slow and take what's given to me pretty much.
Absolutely. Yeah. Next week, you're going to have to, play defense just as much as offense back there battling through. But hey, we got all the faith in the world in you. But Jeff, before we let you go tonight, Go ahead and shout out those sponsors, everybody on the race car that helped you get to victory lane with the SOAR Street Stocks.
So this week was pretty cool. I actually painted this car, different color, different number. This is actually a guy in real life that lets me race a street stock, Ronnie York. So I got to give a shout out to him. He actually has a Camaro body on the real car. So this is actually an identical replica to the car. So I got to thank him for all the opportunities he gives me.
Absolutely, man. Anybody else that you wanna thank here as I just pull up a replay of the car? Beautiful looking paint scheme, I must say so. But yeah, anybody else you need to thank here before we let you go?
Yeah, I just thank my buddies. I got Andy Rutherford, Ricky Leduc, Pete Dillon, David Gross, Brandon Zachary. We all practice throughout the week, so that really helps, coming into the race. So we got somewhat of an idea of what the car is going to do. So I'd like to thank those guys as well.
Well, hey, congratulations once again, big winner tonight at Bristol, and we'll see. We'll catch you next week. As you got to do it the hard way, but hey, get just as much practice next week as you did this week, and we'll be forward to seeing what you got in store for us at Volusia.
Yes, sir. Thank you always for the awesome broadcast, by the way.
Awesome. Thank you. We will catch you next time. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, your race winner tonight, Jeffrey Town in car number 70. Now let's kick it back here. Let's have a word with tonight's second place finisher. 1 spot short. You told me last week you were not looking forward to this one. Mr. Brian Hacker coming home in the second spot. From what you told me last week, that looked completely different than what you said was going to happen, as that car was absolutely flying, but coming to the end there, looked like you might have used up those tires just a little much to have a late race run at town.
Yeah, he was in his own zip code. I had 24, 23 guys more to pass than he did, so he had fresh tires, and there's nothing I was going to do about it. And he was fast all night, so he deserved that one. Honestly, I'm just tickled getting to second.
Absolutely. I was about to say, great run for you nonetheless. And that last restart, man, I really thought you had a shot there because, for a while, fastest car on the track, you reset, cool those tires off just a little bit. What happened here? Did the tire spin on the jump or what quite happened there?
No, he just he made the right decision taking the high line. The tires after 80 laps just don't want to stick on the bottom, so he got a good run through 1 and 2. He got the jump coming to green because he can go when he chooses. So I was honestly a little worried that we were going to slip back on the bottom line. So the fact that we were able to get up and still finish second is a good thing. Like I said, he was the clear-cut winner tonight. I don't think there's anything we're going to be able to do, even if we had a clean restart there. But like I said, is a good run overall. I'm happy with getting to second.
Well, Brian, we're still on pace for you winning every other race, so we get to try that again next week as we head back dirt racing one more time. We got 2 dirt races left. This next one at the Volusia Speedway Park, big wide half-mile track. What's kind of your headspace as we head down to Florida next Tuesday?
Dirt's treated me well so far this season, so hopefully we can continue that. I like Volusia. I obviously like the cars, so hopefully we can keep that pattern going. It's not going to be easy. There's a lot of really good drivers in here, both on asphalt and dirt, so we'll give it our best effort, that's for sure, but hopefully we can keep that every other tradition alive.
Absolutely, buddy. Now, before we let you go, go ahead and shout out the sponsors. Let us know who helped you get into the top 3 here tonight.
Definitely Carbon Junction, Narrative Coffee, Aberdeen Lodge, teammates with me at Empire are Justin McDuff and Chris Stump, who Chris got caught up in that early incident. I'm not really sure what happened, but and Justin had a good run going. I think that last restart got him a little bit, but we're overall, I think we're still sitting all right in points. So we'll look forward to next week. And thanks to you guys, and thanks to Reed for putting this thing on too. It's a lot of fun.
Absolutely, Brian. Once again, congratulations. We'll catch you next week as the series rolls on.
All right, sounds good, guys.
That was your top two. Let's try to get one last person in here. Third place finisher tonight, Mr. Ricky LeDuc. Let's pull him all the way up in here. Ricky, it's Ryan up in the TDTV tower. You got a copy on me, buddy?
Hey, yeah, I do.
We're good. So you decide to take it the long way here tonight. You take to the tail for the start, looking for that extra money for sim racers for mental health. Excuse me. You get all the way to third. Kind of take me through this one because you and Brian both there had to do it in an extremely hard fashion. How did the race go for you?
It was pretty tough, man. That track's hard. It's really hard to pass on the bottom. The whole time you're just trying to think, all right, how do I save my tires? You don't really want to be stuck on the bottom because you're just eating away at your right front. And we just worked our way through the field as clean as we could, and we hit the wall a couple times. Hit a couple little things that maybe gave us some damage. Who knows? But yeah, really, it was just saving your stuff and trying to slowly get to the front.
Absolutely. And then at the end of the race, it's nothing to be disappointed with. The top three is the top three, especially, rolling off 24th of 25 here. So got to be happy with that one. Let's talk a little bit about the future, though, because next week we head back dirt racing. You looked good on dirt last week. Now, next week, a whole different challenge than the 3/8 mile linear. We go to a big half mile at Volusia. What's kind of your experience of Volusia? How are you feeling as we head down to that racetrack?
Yeah, I'm pretty pumped for Volusia. I really love that track. There's two grooves. I never really ran a lot of dirt street stocks, but I've ran a lot of modified stuff, late model stuff at Volusia on the game, of course, not in real life. Yeah, I'm excited. It's a great track. I love the dirt. I love the series, how it goes back and forth like that. It's a lot of fun. It'd be cool to start up front, but I've been having fun just racing through the field. And there's a lot of good, clean guys. They race hard too, and at least with the street stocks, whether it's really good guys we're running with or it's the street stocks, you can bump a little bit and not wreck. And we had a lot of green flag laps tonight, so it shows. So it's been fun, and I'm sure it's gonna just continue to be really fun.
Absolutely. We're definitely looking forward to it. Go ahead and shout out the sponsors, friends, family, whoever you want to give a shout out to for getting you into the top three here tonight.
Yeah, man. Thanks to you guys, doing an excellent job broadcasting. The guys putting on the race, appreciate the invite. Pete, Jeff, Andy, David, Brandon, all the teammates, we're all pretty much pumping each other up to come race and stuff, and it's really fun.
Absolutely. Well, we enjoy having you here for now, and we definitely look forward to, hopefully talking to you again next Tuesday as the series rolls on to Volusia. But once again, congratulations into the podium here tonight for Mr. Ricky LeDuc.
Thank you, guys.
So that was your top three. Real quick, Matt, before we say sayonara for tonight, let's have a quick look at tonight's race results. Of course, we know that your top three is Jeffrey Town, Brian Hacker, Ricky LeDuc. Finishing fourth was Austin Albritton. Finishing fifth was David Gross. Hard charger for the night was Mr. David Gross. Great run for that young man there in car number 41. Finishing in the sixth spot was Daryl Dillon. Seventh was Andrew Rutherford. Eighth was Justin Bankowski. Ninth was Kyle Buck. 10th was Chris Stump, Rodney Huntoon, Ryan Courier, Justin McDuff, Elliott Vining, Brandon Zachary round out the top 15. 16th was Reed Christensen. 17th was TJ White. Let's see here. 18th was Michael Hall. 19th, Dylan Sale. Then it was Daniel Brown, James Murphy, Joel Hodgson, Alan Carter, Patrick O'Toole, and Zach Coyer rounding out the 25 cars. Matt, overall, very successful night as opposed to what we had at Lanier last week here for the Southern Outlaw Street Stocks.
Yeah, and it was some good racing, two wide pretty much the whole time. There was only a few laps where we went single. But, long green flag run there. So, all in all, a good night.
Absolutely. I'm pumped for it. I'm pumped for the Volusia Speedway Park next week. That should be a fantastic race with these street stocks. And, of course, we will be back on Thursday night with another rendition of the DOB Big Block Modified Series. That'll be at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on TDTV. Before you leave us tonight, make sure that you hit that subscribe button down below. Leave a like on this video. Share it to your friends and family. Tell them they all need to subscribe to the TDTV YouTube page. Last week's episode of the Talking Dirt podcast should go up on the YouTube page here in the next couple of days, as well as a new version of the Talking Dirt podcast wherever you find your favorite podcast, hopefully Thursday or Friday, depending on when we get to record this week. As always, follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/Talking Dirt. You can follow Matt at Matt Pridgeon Racing on Facebook and YouTube. But for my broadcast partner, Mr. Matt Pridgeon, I've been Ryan Williams, wishing you a great night tonight, and we will catch you on Thursday with the Big Block Modifieds for the Dirty Old Bastards.